Good evening, my Roslins and Roskins. Mother is back. And in this episode, Mother wants to talk about how some women don't just want to be you, they literally want to lick your kitty. I don't care what says meow, okay? Meow. Okay, it's giving. Okay, stay with me. And to any LGBTQ community dwellers and inhabitants, Mother is not talking about you, okay? I'm cunty, okay? Get your life. I'm not talking about you though. This is for the covert lesbians, respectfully. Mm. Not the open ones, that's different. But the longer I live, the more I believe women who can't stop obsessing over me in any Roslyn, right? In unhealthy and pointless ways. Want your meow on their tongues or want my meow on their tongues. Okay, hear me out. Hear me out. I am sorry. Just hear me out, okay? Like, you know how they say it's a thin line between love and hate? I feel like as women, we give other women the benefit of the doubt, you know, because women, we're more open with our sexuality, with our sensuality, and with our love and affection for one another than men are. And so we assume that it's always in kinship. And we also assume that when a woman is enraged with another woman, it's simply just envy. But what if it's also lust, conflicted lust, where they don't want to admit, hey, you're sexy as fuck. I'm attracted to you too, just like the men. And so I'm going to just keep doing the fucking most and stalking you, harassing you, etc., trying to dox you, trying to do all this stuff because you literally make their brain go haywire, just like you make men's brains go haywire. Because it's like, oh, this is a bitch. Why am I in love or liking a bitch sexually? Why do I like her so much? Why do I have a crush on Mother? I'll tell you why, honey. It's because I'm fabulous. Anyway, let me not. The point is, hello, some of y'all are gay, and that's okay. If you want to be or like me in that way, or like any other Rosalind that way, just come out and say it. Okay? You never know how they're going to respond, but you don't have to hate us because we spark lust inside of you and you happen to be a woman. That's not our issue. That is something you're dealing with internally, and you just got to be honest. So, also, you know how we mentioned the male gaze is what disrupts female unity? Well, I feel like the female gaze is also what disrupts female unity as well. I also believe many women are obsessed with pretty women because we confuse them into lusting after us as well by simply existing. You know how women can't stand like really pretty women? Or it's like this. This is what I've realized. Either women adore me or they don't fuck with me. It's one or the other. It's never in between. With Mother anyway. And I really do believe this. I really do believe this. And sometimes women will get close to you. They'll get close to you as a pretty woman, try to befriend you because they secretly have a crush on you. And when you start to awaken those desires in them even further, when they don't want to have these feelings towards you, they start to resent you. And I'm going to share a little bit of a personal story with me personally. That's actually like a two-part lesson story, but I'm going to focus on the lesbianism of it all. Okay. It's like a woman's like, hey, I get it. She's fucking perfect and has the perfect lips and eyes and body and skin and sexual appeal and face, etc. And then the woman's also like, oh shit, I want to look like her, but since I can't, I can lust after her too. And say it's hate and disgust. And then they're going to try to rationalize and be like, well, I'm not gay, I'm not bi, I'm straight. They're literally lying to themselves. Okay? Just say that you want meow on your tongue and we can call it a day. Just saying. So, for me personally, they also make your resistance a bigger issue because not only do you have the male gaze, you have her gaze as well, whether she wants to admit it or not. And I know I sound crazy, okay? But hear me out, okay? Please. And this is, again, not geared toward LGBTQ women, men, etc. It's just something I observe. So let me tell you a little story time. So back in the good old days of college for me, I was a freshman and I had met this sophomore. We're gonna call her Miranda. Miranda Cosgrove. Let me not. Okay, we're gonna call her Miranda. And she was an unambiguous black woman. And when I got to the college, I was always to myself. This unambiguous black woman, Miranda, noticed that I was more of an introvert, pretty girl type, and at the time I was really somewhat struggling with my self esteem. I was facing beauty adversity as well. So I was really going through it in my own little way, but still, putting effort into my beauty, etc. But I wasn't who I am today. I didn't see myself like I do now. I didn't recognize the power within me or the power within my beauty, and I didn't know who the fuck I was. Okay? Okay. So she befriended me, she got close to me, we became best friends, and I realized looking back now that there was a lot of boundaries that were crossed. But because I really wanted a best friend at the time, isn't a woman best friend, because I didn't really like talk to people that much. I was really quiet, believe it or not. And I was shy and scared. Um, but looking back, like I said, there's so many boundaries that were crossed. But one thing I realized is that she was possessive over me, and she was someone who, as you can say, I was kind of possessive over too, in the sense of I'm the type against Scorpio, where I'm like, you're my best friend, you're my best friend. Like, who's that bitch? Who him? Like, who is anybody? I'm your best friend. It is what it is. And I want to say that I had a toxic mentality as well, and naivete for sure, back then with what friendship really was. And so I felt personally at the time that I I adored her. I loved her. I supported her. Like, she would have mental breakdowns, and I would literally clean the room after her mental breakdowns. And then she'd have mental breakdowns again and trash it again. And I remember I felt so anxious because I was always on eggshells around her, because I saw two sides of Miranda. I saw the broken one that dealt with mental health, and I saw the one that was like more confident, a very nice person, a very good woman, but just very much so overlooked. And I remember instances where people would even swear that me and her were lesbians when we were not. I've never done anything with her sexually ever. Hashtag, as you guys know, I'm still a virgin. So my thing is that they would literally swear up and down that that is what that was, but it wasn't. I literally adored her. And when it comes down to female friendships, I love very hard. I do. Um, and I am your biggest fan when you are my best friend, and when you are someone in my life that I feel has my best interest at heart. However, back then I didn't know what healthy boundaries were. So I feel like at certain points I crossed some too in my own way emotionally with her, that was giving more so relationship than friendship. And that's what you gotta be really, really careful with, my Rosalynds. Please listen to Mother for this. Because I cared about her as a friend, right? But looking back now, she used to say things like, well, let's pray that we don't have lesbian spirit on us. And I was just thinking, what lesbian spirit would we have? Like, I don't want to fuck you. I don't want to do anything with you in that way. So, what are you insinuating? And the sad part is that I literally gave her the benefit of the doubt for a lot of shit. A lot of shit. And the whole time she was jealous of me. She was jealous. I remember asking her, like, do you think I'm pretty? Because at the time I was like, no, I was really going through it. And she was like, well, I don't want to say that you're pretty because I don't want to go to your head. And it was just things like that. It was just things like that. And so for me, now that I've matured a lot and have boundaries, I'm able to really see that that girl was really in love with me. She was. She definitely was. And so I want to say this. If you are a woman that is in love with another woman, just be honest. A lot of you are literally covert lesbians. I'm just going to say it. You're covert lesbians and you hate on beautiful women because not only do you wish you had her looks and her pretty privilege, you wish that you were the one to give her pleasure. And so I say this to say that we we don't like that. We like women who are honest about their sexual desires for us. They don't neg us, they don't try to put us down, beat us up, etc. because they're sexually confused like a motherfucker. Example A, when I was in college as well, I had this girl, we're gonna call her Lena. Lena was so gay. I'm so done. And she was more of like a dykish type of girl. Yeah. And she was an unbiggest black woman as well. And she was someone who literally was dealing with so many girls on campus. And she literally gave me a rose. I'll never forget on Valentine's Day and made passes at me. And I didn't even realize it. I didn't even realize it. Like, that she was having a crush on me. But I felt the vibe. I just didn't want to assume until she came out and told me that's how she felt. But I don't do that. So I was like, no, no, thank you. And yeah, good times. The point though is that I respect a woman better when they're just honest about their sexual desires for for us, for Rosalind's, right? For mother. And you don't have to out yourself in the sense of make it known to the world. You can even do it anonymously. But literally just like be honest. It's better to just like live in your truth. Okay? And I know that's conflicting with the word of Yah. I'm not gonna hold you, right? But I'd rather you be honest about how you're feeling than to treat me a certain way or any other pretty ass woman a certain way. Because as a woman, you're not woman enough to have that conversation. Now, whether she accepts it or wants to engage in those things with you, that's between you, her, and the Lord. Okay? They got nothing to do with me. And I say the same. That's between me and whatever one approaches me and the Lord, whether, I accept that shit or not. On God. So my thing is just like, just be honest. Because it's giving the same energy as men who are macho, but they're really gay and they literally can't stand feminine men or gay men. They make it their mission to literally be all like, yeah, that's gay, that's gay, that's gay. Like basically throwing shots at someone's sexuality because they feel the same attraction. I don't think that's cool. I don't think that's cool. And as a woman to all you women that are listening, if you swing for the same team, just say that shit with your chest. If you think that's a bad bitch, I want to lick her. Just say that shit with your chest. And I hope that's not too vulgar, but I'm just so done. I'm so done with the homophobia. I'm so done with women or lesbian phobia where they're like literally just doing the most with you because they literally have a crush on you. Just say it. My God, I'm so over this shit. Just say it. Oh my God. Like, I cannot deal with women who hate on me, who keep badgering me, who are obsessed with me, who try to nag me. all this shit just because you want to taste. Just say it. Say it with your chest, right? So, yeah. Yeah. And I know that some women or lesbians will feel that women who truly love women, they don't do that. And I'm not saying that they do. Open lesbians, I feel like, are very receptive and very honest about their intentions with women. It's the covert lesbians that are throwing me the fuck off, respectfully. The ones who try to make this you're not pretty thing when it's a they're just gay thing and don't want to say it. That shit blows me. Like, why must you be that type of woman that has to put down a pretty girl because not only do you want to be her, you're sexually attracted to her and you just can't say it with your chest? It's okay. I know I turn you on. Should I turn myself on? So I can't. I can't. But yeah. And forgive, mother, if I seem ignorant with what I'm saying or it doesn't make sense to some of you. But for the women that this resonates with, it's because most likely you're a covert lesbian or you're an open lesbian and you understand what the fuck I'm saying. You just do. So, yeah, because some of y'all really be crushing hella hard and hating even harder just because you know you're also crushing hella hard on Rosalind's, right? And on Mother. But yeah, that's all Mother wanted to say. I hope that this is not like offensive to anybody. You know, all of you are welcome here. There's no type of resentment or so type of policing of your sexualities. That's between you and y'all. I'm just here to create a safe space for beautiful melanated women and men, but especially women, my Rosalynds, my brown sis Darkskin Exoticals, my exotic black women, and some of you pretty unambiguous black women who resonate with what I say and who don't have a victim mentality and also have pretty privilege. I'm just here to shine a light on certain things that we don't really talk about, that we need to talk about because it plays a factor in the dynamics of pretty beautiful Rosalynds, beautiful, gorgeous Rosalynds, and our experiences, you know, with other women who just can't seem to leave us alone. It's draining. It's giving the energy of the kid that keeps bullying you on the playground because they have a crush on you. The enemies to lovers trope, I don't think it's played out, but when it comes on a woman, just be honest. That's it. Okay, and with that, Mother's gonna say ciao.